Was I suppose first and foremost that the result was the main thing on New Year's Day, but the lads must be really pleased with how it was achieved as well.
Yeah, obviously the result's massive for us after a disappointing run of games. But like I said, I think the way we got the win as well is really important. I think when stuff goes against you, when you're in a difficult period, it's easy to buckle. I don't think we did. I think it really galvanised us, and I think we kicked on even more after the sending off in the first half.
And there were two great responses. I mean, everyone will talk about the response after the red card and playing with 10 men and how well the lads did, but even the goal as well, to come back and equalise so quickly.
Yeah, the goal's one of them. It's you don't see many of them these days. It's one of them you don't really prepare to defend a free kick in your own box. It's quite a strange and unique situation. Again, it went against us, so it's one of them we just had to deal with it and kick on. And I think straight away you could see the determination in all the lads' eyes, and to go up the other end and get a goal so quickly, obviously, was a massive bonus.
Were you pleased as well, in terms of particularly the first 20 minutes of the second half, the way the lads dominated the games? It was a reflection perhaps of what we were doing a bit more earlier on in the season, but the lads are edging back to that after a difficult period.
You'd like to think so, yeah. I think we talked about before the game about belief, but belief doesn't just happen. It's one of them you have to work hard, and it comes back after time. And I think in that 20-minute period there, I think it was it showed a lot of belief from the lads in what we want to do. The way we passed the ball when we was a man down and stuff, it really helped us, and it actually helped us later in the game, I think, because it gave us that period of the game where we had full control. Whereas if we were defending our own goal for 45 minutes, then 9 times out of 10 you come unstuck and let a goal in.
And how about yourself? Obviously you've been out of the team just lately, but coming back in, and particularly second half, a clean sheet if you like for the second 45 minutes, that must have given you a big boost.
Yeah, it's been a tough period. I got an injury against Chorley. It caused me some grief. Didn't come back as quickly as I would have liked. It was one that was a bit difficult. And then I wasn't sure if I was playing on New Year's Day to come in. It was obviously a bit of a shock, but you have to prepare right, and that's what you do throughout your career. Prepare right, do all the things you can do away from the club to make sure you're right to come in and do a job. And I thought I did that, and I thought the lads were excellent as a whole, really.
Like you say, you never do know, do you? You never know in terms of whether you've played the last 10 games or haven't played for 6 months. You can always be called upon, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's what we expect of every player at the club, whether that be young Jaden, who's 16, or me at the other end, who's a little bit older.
Darlington on Saturday, I'm not wanting to use a cliche, it really is important, especially the run the lads have been on, to build on Tuesday's win now and get something from there, as tough as it will be.
Yeah, definitely. I think same old. I think every time you've interviewed me, I've always said it's a cliche, but you go away from home in this league and it's tough. It offers different problems each team. Don't really think it matters what kind of run they're on, to be honest. It's one of them. If they're on a bad run, they're going to want a reaction. If they're on a great run, then they're obviously full of confidence. But we've got to look at ourselves, and we have to build on New Year's Day now, because we reached New Year's Day and we're not quite where we want to be position-wise in the league. But I said to the boys before the game, we're in a position where we can do something about that, and that started with the game on New Year's Day, and then it goes into Darlington and spending more now.
And just mentioning Darlington specifically, you know from experience, not only is it a difficult place to go, but always a good organised team at this level, capable of scoring goals, as ever a threat, aren't they?
Yeah, again, like nearly every team at this level, I think they offer their own threats. Some good players floating about, but at the same time, I think if we're on our game and we work hard and stick to our basics and do things right, then we'll give ourselves a good chance of coming away 3 points, hopefully.
And people always talk about New Year's resolutions and starting off the new year well and stuff. Is it really the case, you think, that a few good wins, a few good results at the start of January can really act as that springboard for the second half of the season?
I just think it's a good point to look at ourselves at the halfway point and the new year. And we looked at where we were in the table, and like I say, our goal is to get promoted. Like every other team, I'm sure, but we're not where we want to be at that stage. So it's a good marker to look at, see where we are, what can we do better, and how are we going to get where we want to be. And it starts with hard work.